Oh. Oh no! Hello and welcome back to Not Take the Cat Home. We have options here, so we're hopping right back in. We're gonna do the mirrors again. Stay. Left. Left. Right. Stay. Alright, well, I said it was way too easy, and yeah, still, it's the same ending. Did we pass through it? Yeah, it's the same ending. Alright, well, I guess that's that for that one. Well, why not, right? Let's take the cat home. You barely reach out your arms before the cat leaps into them and climbs onto your shoulders. It butts its head in your temple, nuzzling against it, and purrs. You can't help but smile. That's this cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, huh? Oh, so we don't get the option to play with. On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. That'd be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. Do something alone or do something with the cat? Do something alone. Clean apartment. You decide that even if it's your day off, that doesn't mean you should completely be unproductive. You know you could have a guest. You know you have a guest and all, but you really shouldn't put it off your chores. Just get them done while you're in a mood to do so. So for now, you get dressed, roll up your sleeves, and get to work on cleaning the apartment. At least you try to. You sweep the living room, wipe the kitchen counter. You don't want to make your bed. Who actually does that anyways? Still, you notice that no matter how much you clean up, you keep finding more messes than when you started. Peek over at the cat. You suspect that it might be the culprit behind the mystery. But every time you rush to check or catch in the act, find it napping in the living room. You keep cleaning, but the cat, or something, keeps leaving more and more mess in its wake. Catch the cat in the act. You know the cat's the culprit. You consider locking it up in the bathroom, at least until you clean the rest of the apartment. But it just doesn't seem fair when you don't actually have any proof. But you need to investigate the murder. You need proof, not just for the sake of your sanity, but more importantly, for the sake of cleanliness. You start to clean again, and peek behind you, catching mere glimpses of paw here, or tail there. But as of earlier, you rush back to the living room for the cat still sleeping. Okay. You want to play, cat? Then let's play. This time you decide to lay a trap. One your feline friend won't be able to resist. Tackle the kitchen island counter and give it the work. Glistening by the time you're done. So clean. You drop kick anyone who even thought of eating off. A perfect trap for your little cleaning saboteur. You whistle innocently as you exit the room and hide around the corner of the entryway to the hall. From the angle you're at, you have the perfect view of the cat and the island counter. There's no way you will catch the culprit in the act now. If it really is the cat, really isn't the cat, maybe you'd give it a treat as an apology for your suspicions. But as you deliberate if you should stop by the grocery store to get some fish, the cat starts to shift back that was rising and falling evenly moments ago. Now rippling in small tremors like an agitated wave in a black sea. It's shuddering. Ooh, it's bubbling. Oh, it's bulging. It's bulging. What the hell? You gave him disbelief as another cat burst out of the still sleeping feline you'd taken home with you. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. You're fairly certain that's not how cats give birth. But more importantly, you watch as cat number 2 shakes itself off before leaping onto the counter, rolling around on top of it and leaving fur and grime in its wake. Probably should have given it a bath earlier. You feel like your mind is lagging behind the reality of the discovery you just made. Bet you don't seem capable of thinking beyond smaller observations. For example, who the hows and whys of your witnessing elude you. The more pertinent question that strikes you is if the original cat is still sleeping and the cloned cat is busy making it yet another mess. Then where are all the other clones? Oh. Suddenly the two cats look directly at you in perfect unison. Their eyes pin you to spot with their intensity, but you realize with a familiar sinking feeling of being watched from behind that they're not the only ones looking at you. You slowly turn around. Oh no, it's gonna be like 30 of them. Oh no! Back in the hall behind you, from floor to ceiling, is a living, breathing, writhing wall of cats, of clones! All piled on top of each other, the glowing golden eyes of every cat in the undulating wall of pure black fur. Every single eye is trained on you out of fear and sheer desperate need to distance yourself from this light of reality and order. You take a single step back, and in response, the wall just breaks. Oh, the cats stampede, eating all over you. It'd be kind of cute. As the soft paws were hiding claws as sharp as knives. You try to protect yourself, but there's just too many of them. Blood leaks steadily from your scratches. You feel dizzy. With what little strength you have, you turn your head and watch out through the carpet and upholstery. Knock over faces, dishes, and lamps. Claw at the walls. It's going to take forever to clean this up, you think. Maybe you'll tackle it all again later. Right after you take a short nap. With an annoyed sigh, you breathe your last breath. Heading 2, Double Trouble. What if we watch a movie That's pretty simple. But what could a cat possibly do for watching a movie? You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get started on any of your chores. So you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with an obscene amount of butter, and head over to your armchair, only to discover that the cat is already napping at it. Aw, you frown a little in thought. Your couch isn't the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having to put it back later. The only options you have left are sit on the floor, or move the cat, reclaim your throne. Reclaim your throne! You square your shoulders. Sorry, kitty, but that's my spot. Pick up the cat, place it on the floor. Meow. It's clearly upset with you. When you try to pet it as an apology, it dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put on a random movie before nestling into your chair. It's some horror film that you love to heckle from beginning to end. Nothing but an endless string of pointless jump scares. Did the writers not know the meaning of the word subtle? What was that? Is that the bathroom? The cat must have gotten in a medicine cabinet or knocked something over. Calming your thundering heart with a deep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. Meow. Whoa! Cat dashes between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch a bad horror. You go into the bathroom, turn on the light. Just as you thought, all the stuff in your medicine cabinet is scattered all over the tiles. Sigh. At least none of it looked damaged. You crouch down and pick up. Did the door just close? Did you bump it when you crouched down? Or well, at least you can't come in. Make more of a mess this way. Oh. The lights? Didn't you just replace the bulbs? They weren't faulty, were they? You never remembered to hold on to receipts for situations like these. You doubt you'll be able to get your money back. You stand up, you shake out pain in your knees, crouching and opening your medicine cabinet. Oh, it's gonna do the classic horror movie thing. Carefully place everything back where it belongs, making sure nothing is missing. Close the cabinet door. Oh. Oh, I knew you were gonna do it, but it still got me because I didn't expect it to look like that. You jump back, slamming against the wall, covering your mouth. You look back up at the mirror to see the medicine cabinet door to see nothing. Nothing? Wait, what the hell? Something was. You know you saw something just now. You know you did, right? Save. Let's pick the obvious one. You saw something. Definitely saw something. Oh, you rushed out of the bathroom, slammed the door behind you without looking. You enter the hall and uh-oh. No. What was that? Oh, the cat. Oh. No. You shield yourself with your arms and nothing. Nothing again. You peek through your fingers and see just the usual hallway. You don't feel very good. Oh, you need to sit down. You carefully make your way to the dark living room, trying not to overwhelm your senses anymore than you already have. Maybe you should watch something a little more lighthearted, or just lie down instead. You don't know. It's a little hard to think. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward, you reach for your chair, but the cat. Yeah, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Just a cat sitting back in your chair again, looking up at you curiously. Are you gonna have a heart attack? But it's enough. Your heart lurched so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes are all up into your skull. You feel yourself falling back. You're dead before you even hit the ground. Ending 4. Real subtle. I had a heart attack. You saw something. Alright, so either way, it's the same. Okay, so back to this. We're gonna sit on the floor, I guess. So we don't have a heart attack, apparently. You decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest after all, and you pride yourself in being a good host, if nothing else. Well, at least you would, if you ever had any guests over before. You grab a blanket and some pillows, make a comfy little nest in front of the chair. What, does the cat go like knead out our head or something? You pop in a random movie from your collection, and you can tell instantly that's one of your favorite horror films. The scares won't come until later, but for some reason, you feel like something is watching you from behind. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyways. Have you checked behind you recently? Have you checked your doors? Have you checked your windows? Is everything locked? Is there someone sitting behind you right now, reaching up, about to grab you? Or is it your cat? You peek over your shoulder. Gah! What happened with the eyes? Something happened. Oh, they jump out of your skin, jostling a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. Cat is awake and at you. You take a calming breath before recovering from your heart nearly lurching out of your chest and immediately feel foolish. If it was just a cat. It was just a cat, of course. It was so quiet. You've forgotten it was right behind you. Even though the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place, you shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, oh, come on! The TV shuts off. You blink, views. Nothing else turned off. The kitchen's dim light was still on. Digital clock was still glowing, and the movie player still rewinding. Power clearly didn't go out, so why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection in the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you. Cats stare silly. It's kind of their thing, right? And your new addition in your life, and your new addition in its life, of course, it's going to study you closely, see if you're trustworthy. And as you mentally reassure yourself, you turn the TV back on. TV's on, but the movie isn't playing on screen. It's Oh, it's you. Is it? Is that me? This guy looks like an ink blot thing, like, you know, a little the ink test. I was like, well, what do you see here? Because I don't think that's me. Plus, there's an eyeball there and an eyeball there. Just saying. You watch yourself frown on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel a familiar sensation in your mind, focusing on the small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation, avoiding the questions of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Oh. Suddenly your mirrored self smiles and waves at you. All of it, all on its own. You don't wave back, too stunned to move. Then you on the screen doesn't seem to mind though. Then it stands up, walks out of frame, and a terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen, in the chair, is the cat. But it's wrong. What that mouth do, though? It's become a large, swollen mass of black fur. Its twitching pulse, a rhythmic with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth a yawning entrance to its black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that look very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body, like something from the classic Resident Evil series. It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, the you inside the TV touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at a sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason, the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. A thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's not just a mutated cat in the TV that's watching you. Is it? Don't look behind you, 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 don't look behind you. You watch helplessly as on screen self smiles and nods at you almost encouragingly. They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths, and you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of what they see looking back at them from that deep, deep darkness. They jump in. They jump into the void. The black maw of the cat. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down, and yet somehow you also feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're laying down or standing either. You feel warm. You feel cold. You feel everything. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. Ending 3. Silent film. Is that so? Clearly everything I'm doing alone is not good, so let's try taking a nap, maybe. We're tired. You're a little tired from the events of the day. Making life-challenging choices is like committing to the responsibility of caring for another living creature, like a bird. It really wears you out. You could definitely use a nap. Like a bird. You head to your room and get dressed in your pajamas before you decide to grab a glass of water from the kitchen. You head back to your bedroom, ready for a much-needed nap. Meow! Whoa. Only for the cat to race past you through the open door and jump onto the middle of the bed. It takes its time kneading the sheets before settling down and closing its eyes. Well, that was fast. You frown thoughtfully. Now that your mind's on it, you find yourself really craving a nap in your own bed. There's no way of settling for sleeping on a couch. Certainly not the armchair. Which means you should move the cat, sleep next to the cat, do something else. Alright, we're gonna save again. We're gonna, just because this worked so well last time, we're gonna move the cat, because that always goes so well. You tentatively nudge the cat in an attempt to make it move on its own. It doesn't budge in the slightest. Keep trying, this is your bed. You push your little form more firmly this time. Oh, grumpy. Cat sounds annoyed with you. Move the cat. I don't know, it sounds mad. Okay, we're gonna save again. Again! You will sleep in your own bed! The cat opens one yellow eye and slides it up to look at you. Wow. Its voice is a little deeper than before. Sissy, last chance. You really want to do this? Seriously, last chance? You really want to do this? Move the cat. Move the cat. Move the cat. You move forward, ready to shove the cat with all your might. Oh, you're thrown back by some invisible force and crashed into the dresser before falling to the ground. Wind knocked out of you. You looked up in a daze. You don't quite comprehend what you're seeing. A strong swirling wind has picked up, throwing items all over the place. The cat's a poltergeist! As if a miniature hurricane just taken to form in your room. And right there in the center of all of it is the cat, hovering in the air above your bed, its eyes open, glowing like molten lava. You watch the vortex rips open in the center of your bed and panic as the swirling wind turns into a vacuum, dragging you towards the bed. Your nails catch as you desperately try to cling to the carpet, the floorboards, and every piece of furniture within your reach. Bloody fingers slipping clumsily on every surface. But there's nothing you can do. As you touch the vortex, your body starts to disintegrate. Tiny particles of your body separating and floating into nothing. Last thing you see is the cat landing nimbly on the bed and kneading at your sheets before it curls up and falls back asleep. Ending 5. Do not disturb. Sleep next to the cat. You shrug. What's the harm sharing your bed, right? You both have a long day after all. You try carefully to avoid jostling the cat as you lay down, but it immediately scoots over and curls up against you anyways. You smile. You feel like you slept for a long time. Feel a warm weight on your back. But you don't see... Oh, mystery solved then. You feel comfortable. You consider getting up, but as soon as the thought enters your head, your mind fills with static and a deep sense of disapproval. Not yet then. Okay. A cat jostled by your attempts at movement kneads painfully on your back before settling down again and falling back asleep. You fall back into a slumber too. This is oddly cute for what's been happening. It's night. You want to get up. Claws digging your back like a warning. Tomorrow then, right? We're gonna waste away into nothing because we can never move. It's morning. You'll be late for work, but the cat doesn't budge. You don't even try to get up this time. You just close your eyes and drift off again. It's the next day. Since the last several days. Or has it been weeks or longer? You're not quite sure. You're hungry. You don't know how long it's been. You feel sore on your back, but you also, your stomach, your arms, your face, everywhere. Can't remember your last meal. The last time you drank anything. You've been sleeping all this time, but you feel exhausted. More tired than you think you've ever felt in your life. Feels like a giant hand is pressing you into the bed. You can't remember the last time you even considered moving, but somehow you know that you need to go back to sleep anyway. Everything will be fine. Just go back to sleep. You think you're hallucinating when the cat finally stirs. It stretches longingly before hopping off your bed. You hear its feet padding through your still open bedroom door. Steps fading down the hall. You don't open your eyes. You don't move. You're afraid. You don't remember how. You're afraid that the static will return if you try. But eventually you do try. You try to prop yourself up on your arm. Thinner than you've ever seen. Thinner than you think should be possible. Oh, the arm snaps under the weight of your body and crumbs the dust on the bed sheets. It doesn't hurt in the slightest. Oh my god, as useless you feel in general. This long have I been laying in bed? You don't have much time to think about it. Your failed attempt at sitting up sends you tumbling over the side of the bed like a rag doll. You think you're probably closer to being a ceramic doll as your body shatters instantly upon impact of the floor. Your head rolls towards the door, letting you watch as the rest of your strewn body parts crack and crumble and turn to broken ruin as your conscience just begins to fade. I turned to dust. The cat strolls into view, poking and prodding at the remains of your brittle limbs. Bad kitty, you try to say, but you think your jaw might have snapped off earlier as well. Almost as if sensing your attention, the cat walks over to you. Well, your head at least. And you watch as your final consciences seconds as it lays down, curling its body around you. It went to bed on my face. Wow, it feels warm. Well, maybe another nap couldn't hurt. Just a cat nap. I'm already fed the cat, technically. It's clean. You realize the cat isn't exactly clean. Not surprising since you brought it home to a signal dirty box in an alley full of scattered garbage. Who knows how long? You've heard that cats keep themselves clean. But maybe this one of those times a little human help. Head into the bathroom and set up things. You're trying to remember how to wash a cat. You're definitely no expert, but you think the best way to get a cat clean would be carefully? Cats aren't always fond of water, but you doubt be a fan of excessive amount of it. So you pick up the cat, place it gently in the sink before turning on the water. The cat's startled, but ultimately doesn't try to run away. Nice. You lather your hands with some soap and carefully give the cat a thorough half scrub, half massage. After a few minutes, you rinse the cat completely and gather it up in a blanket, drying it. Then you take the brush carefully, run it through the cat's fur. The cat seems to like it. It's in heaven as you brush. Some hair is sticking to you, but you don't mind. In fact, oh god, quite a lot of fur is sticking to you. You try to brush it away, but it won't come off. Guess you're up next for a bath yourself. You try to ignore the fur and finish the cat quickly, but more hair keeps sticking to you. Your hands, your arms. Before you realize it, they're covered in fur that won't come off. It's thick enough that you try to just yank it off, but ow, what? Pain lances through the spot you tugged at. Upon closer inspection, you see that the hair is growing out of you. You can actually feel it now. Fur growing out your back, your neck, your face, your eyes, your tongue, even growing inside your throat. Gasp out without a cough. Gross. As you collapse, start to choke in a thickening fur in your esophagus. The cat leans up to lap the fur growing in your forehead, grooming your hair as it did for you earlier. You'd think it'd be sweet if you weren't currently losing hair. Still, feels nice at least. To be looked at and cared for in some way. Even if it was just a little while longer. The cat's careful grooming is the last thing you feel before you are no longer able to breathe. Self-care buddies! Yay! Let's clean the cat. Skip quickly. So I do everything at once, filling the tub with deep soapy warm water. A quick dunk, a short scrub there, rinse and dry. The cat won't even know it hit before the thing's over. You open the door and click your tongue, beckoning the cat inside. Quickly scampers in, curious to the newly available setting. You close the door so it won't be able to run. Make a mess of the apartment. Searing yourself, you roll up your sleeves. Oh no! No! You let the cat carry over to the tub. Your plan's already compromised. The cat starts to struggle in your hold. You probably should have held it. Probably should have held it so it couldn't see the water. Ow, hey, hey. The scratches at your arm. You knew it wouldn't be happy about the water, but you didn't think it would be this irate. Still, as mad at it as it will be at you for a little while, you know it's for the best. A deep scratch to your bicep startles you, making you drop the cat into the tub. Well, that's your own fault. Shoot, kitty. Cat doesn't reemerge, hissing and yowling like you thought it would. You rush over and dunk your arms beneath the soapy surface, searching for the cat. What if it bumped its head and blacked out? It would drown, but you don't find the cat. Instead, what the? You watch as the water starts to darken. The cats are liquid, confirmed. At first, you think it's dirt from the cat and feel a little vindicated about your decision, but, well, the water darkens further and further until it looks like you filled your black tub black ink rather than water. Even the soap bubbles are translucent obsidian now. Something's not right. But as soon as you have this thought, whoa, you just felt something tugging you from under the water. You try to pull away, but your arm won't budge. Whatever it is, it pulls you closer towards the water. You try using your free hand to release the drain plug, but when you dunk your other arm in the water without thinking, it's grabbed too. Both hands are restrained. You can't get the leverage to force yourself free. Help! Flash! Cat's a liquid. You're dragged into the murky waters of the tub. You're dragged down and down, further still, much farther than it should be possible for your bathtub. You can't breathe. You think you can't see either, but as you draw your final breath, you think you see what's been pulling you down. Something wrestling deep, deep down below. Something waiting for you. Ending 14. Cat feed. Okay. Okay. Feed the cat. Is this different? Cat looks hungry, so you feed it. Regretting you're not stopping food earlier. Head to the kitchen. Can of tuna. Leftover meatloaf. And, what's that? Realize there's a tightly sealed Tupperware on the bottom shelf of the fridge. You don't recognize it. Foul odor is leaking from the container. Whatever's inside can't be safe for human consumption. But the cat seems excited about it, practically salivating over it. Still, you're a caretaker here. You're the one who decided what's best to feed a hungry cat. So you'll feed it. Mystery food, sure. Is this really a good idea? Oh, fine. I guess it's what you want. You open a container and you just barely manage to keep from throwing up, but just barely. The stench is overwhelming. Yeah, give me a minute. You hazard a look under contents of the counter, but you honestly can't understand what you're supposed to be looking at. Everything is just mashed together. What exactly everything consists of is a mystery, and you're more than happy to keep it unsolved. Different shapes, different sizes, different texture. Not the color though. All the same color. The most unfortunate shade of gray you've ever seen, tinted with nauseating wet green film over the top. Ugh. Am I supposed to warm it up for you, or you don't really know how to serve it? Any utensil or plate that touches getting thrown out immediately. No, except your hands are going to be scrubbed with soap and hot water within an inch of their lives after this. You decide against putting this crap in your microwave. You doubt it would taste better or smell any better warm. Not wanting to hold it anymore, you shake your head and practically toss the container next to the cat on the counter. The cat enthusiastically dives for the toxic-looking sludge, sniffing as it's savoring the scent. You turn to the fridge and close it. Lost your appetite. You're about to head to the bathroom and wash your hands for the next hour or so when... Crunch. Ugh. What? Ow. Sharp pain in your foot causes you to stumble. You catch yourself on the kitchen sink and look down to see where the tip of your sock is, and the red is still slowly spreading to the rest of your sock. Are you bleeding? You quickly reach down and pull off your sock to see the damage. My toe is gone? It's just gone. It's just a stump that's left in its place, steadily leaking blood onto the floor. What the hell? You clumsily step back as if it would help you get away from what you're seeing. The blood trail simply follows your movement. You have to call 911. Phone. Where's the phone? Your tongue is... What's happening to me? You slowly look over to find the cat still eating, completely unbothered by your suffering. Not bothering to try and stop the blood from dribbling out of your mouth. You keep watching as the cat eats. Wait, that's... Look more closely at the mysterious food in the cat's jaws. It looks vaguely familiar. It looks like a tongue. Munch, gulp, meow. Before you can even think to do anything to stop it, the cat dives in the container again and bites out. Piece looks like a You collapse to the floor, clutching your torso. You arrive around the blood-streaked tiles, crying something. Something inside you just blood pours out from deep within you. Whatever it was, it felt important. And now it's probably gone too. It hurts. It hurts so much. The sound of disease. You weakly try to reach up the cat and counter above you. The vision blurs from the effort, from the pain, from your tears, from your eyes. Your eyes! You fall limply back into the floor. You're leaking blood all over, all over. Your foot, your mouth, your insides, your eye sockets. You could feel your life fading away too. That's fine. If it means not feeling the pain of losing another part of you, then hopefully the cat will take its time eating your eyeballs and give you time to just ending 10. You are what you eat. What can go wrong with meatloaf? You get the feeling the cat won't be too pressed from anything that comes out of a can. So it's settled. A tuna sandwich for you and a meatloaf, leftover meatloaf for the feline guest. You ignore the cat's disappointed meows as you put the weird container back in the fridge and dispose of it later. You warm up the meatloaf in the microwave. You place the now warm meatloaf on a saucer next to the cat on the counter. You don't think it should be encouraging it to eat up there. But you figure to make up for the electing not to eat a toxic goop or whatever. Cat looked like it finds the meatloaf interesting. For you, eat up, kitty. As the cat digs into its meal, you go about searching for some bread for your tuna sandwich. You're so distracted by your search that you just barely hear. You turn around. See, its meatloaf has only one, maybe 2 bites taken out of it. But more alarmingly, there seems to be a red trail of something leading away from where the cat has been sitting, and off the edge of the counter towards the living room. Is that blood? What? What happened? It's just meatloaf. You jump at the strange sound coming from around the corner. Further into your apartment, you attempt to steer your nerves. It's just meatloaf. What happened? Taking your breath, you walk around the counter, head into the living room. Splat. You stepped in something. It's red. You resist the urge to vomit. Step away the trail follow the trail into the living room and see what leads to the hall. It's getting louder. Definitely in the hall. You can hear your heartbeat. You hope it is in the hall. Can't. Makes you feel yourself step forward. Forward. You peek around the corner. Nothing. There's nothing there. What? Walk further into the hall. See what the trail leads to the way down the end of it. Nothing there. You don't feel quite. You don't quite feel relief, but at last, it's in the goddamn walls. You feel something wet and warm drip into your cheek. You swipe, shaking across the back. You're seeing your fingers covered in something. Oh. You look up and see what can only be described as meat. Oh. The entire ceiling of the hallway is covered in thick, undulating, writhing layer of pulsing meat. Oh my god. At its center, a single glowing eyeball frantically rolling around in every direction. Okay. Until it lands squarely on you. You try to take a step back desperately to escape the hallway, to escape this thing. But you can't even scream before tendrils shoot out and grab you. No! Let me go! They pull you up and up, into a pair of slowly opening jaws. And then, chomp. I'm the meatloaf. Ending 9, leftovers. I'm sorry? I'm so sorry? I was just so tired of everything? What? Not ever? Never you? I couldn't be the person you deserve? Couldn't ever hope to be? You were so amazing, smart, talented, independent, you shined? What is happening? In comparison, damn it. So stupid. So worthless. But when it approached me, it didn't tell me that it wanted me. It needed me. Maybe that's what I wanted all along. Wanting could be so fleeting, but to be needed? There was nothing I wouldn't given. Have someone tell me that I mattered to them. They needed. You're walking. Right, of course. It's first time in a while you felt like going out, and you're actually glad that you did. Did I not hit load? I definitely hit load. Do something with the cat. Feed the cat. Tuna. Cat's like tuna, right? Chugging, take the can out, Mom's container in the fridge, blah, blah. Cat looks disappointed. Yep. Cat finds the tuna acceptable. You take it. Eat up, kitty. Meow. As cat digs into its meal, you go about heating up the meatloaf in the microwave. Oh, you turn around and see the plate's completely gone. Whoa, that was quick. You need to pace yourself. Uh-oh. What the? Oh, you watch baffled as the cat continues to hiccup, causing little bubbles to float out of its mouth. Okay, that's okay. You can process this. It's not completely out of the realm of what's possible, right? Let's not think too hard about it. Soon enough, the room is filled with floating bubbles. The cat really releases as a final tiny bubble before yawning and laying down right there in the corner. Glad you enjoyed it. Bubbles haven't left the room or popped. They seem to be pretty resilient. Wait, what? What's that? As one of the bubbles floats closer to you, you see there's actually something inside it. A tiny, furry fish? It's just getting weirder and weirder. Still, you can't help but marvel at the impossible wandering in front of you. You lift your hand. It's gonna bite you. Don't do that. You extend a finger towards the bubble. Carefully press it against the surface. The little fish inside lashes out, viciously shaking tiny fangs into your finger. Doesn't really hurt that much first when... ow, what? Pain starts to climb to your fingers to the rest of your hand. That's your wrist. Could it be some kind of venom? You fling your arm around and attempts to dislodge the fish, but... Oh no. Yeah! You accidentally knock your arm into several bubbles floating around, or a tiny ravenous fish lashes onto your arm. You stumble back out of pain and suddenly about, dizzy only to bump into more bubbles. More fish digging your teeth into your back. It hurts. You're getting dizzy. You got to get out. You deliberately try to stumble out of the kitchen. The entire room is filled with the deadly bubbles. By the time you collapse to the ground, you're absolutely covered in tiny, angry, biting fish. Your legs, your torso, your arms, your face. The pain is unbearable. You can feel it in your skin, your teeth, your eyes, your hair. It's consuming you. You can't even feel yourself convulsing or crying. You don't black out. Your eyes are still rolling around into your skull when you gasp out your last breath. And the 8 fish out of water. Okay. Alright, so let's pet the cat. It's not every day you have access to cute fluffy animal. What else is there to do to pet to your heart's content? You sit on the floor in the living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. The cat dashes over to you immediately, climbing onto your lap. Okay. Poor thing. You just want some attention, don't you? Alright, you carefully pet the cat. A rub behind the ear. A scratch under the chin. A smooth, sweep along the back. Good. Keep petting the cat in your lap, enjoying the bonding time together. Then the cat starts to get restless after a while. Keep petting. You're not quite ready to stop. You feel so calm, the repetitive action soothing your usually overworked mind. You keep petting. The cat leans away from your next head pat. It's trying to get out of your lap. Keep petting. When you scratch under the cat's chin, it bites at your fingers. You might be bleeding, but it barely hurts. More of a warning than anything. Meow. The cat struggles in your hold. It's watching you closely. Keep petting. Seriously, let's do something else. You keep petting the cat. Chomp! Cat bites off your finger. It hurts. You're definitely bleeding now, but for some reason, you just can't stop. You don't know what it is. Its fur is so much softer than you realized. You'd think that would be shimmering in the faint light of your living room, but as if the darkness of the cat's black coat sucking and all illumination around it, rendering it completely null, you're drawn to it. Like somehow holding out a deep, dark abyss right in front of your lap. It seems closer now, munching on your severed finger. It's the stump between your thumb and middle fingers leaking. But you keep petting. You fret that your blood will ruin its fur, but the cat no longer seems to mind. Time passes. It's dark out now. Soft as the fur in your palm is starting to feel raw and damp under the constant friction from your petting. You think faintly that maybe you've had enough. You start to lift your hand from the cat, when in a flash. Oh my god, my entire hand? Your entire hand is separated from your wrist. It flops on the ground. Your cat's claws in front of you, paw glistening in crimson liquid. You don't feel it for a moment, but then your body tenses, anticipating the pain. You blankly watch the cat look at the bloody palm of your severed hand. Ha! It hurts! It really hurts. Then the cat looks up at you, and it feels compelled to keep petting. You're reluctant, but you're also afraid of what will happen if you don't heed the call. What will you lose next if you try to resist again? You were hurt from your insistent petting earlier, yet now you've been hurt for trying to stop. It defies all logic, but that's what scares you. There's no reasoning with such fickle whims. You feebly try to raise your uninjured hand to pet the cat, but it stiffens, golden eyes glinting dangerously. Well, alright then. You raise your bleeding stump to resume petting to the best of your ability. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. And you... Ending 7. Personal boundaries. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. Subscribe. And you have a nice day. Don't get horribly disfigured by your cat. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I might do another episode. I'll see you in the next one.